Our universe is a vast and amazing thing that people can sometimes take for granted. The universe is full of many stars, galaxies, planets, nebulas, star clusters, constellations, and many other astronomical phenomena. All of these can be discussed into extreme depth, but today we will just be discussing constellations and one constellation in particular, that is Cassiopeia. We will discuss the mythology, location, astronomical information, and culture references of this unique and very well-known constellation. We will begin discussing the background of Cassiopeia. Like most constellations, Cassiopeia has a mythological story behind it. In mythology, Cassiopeia was the wife of King Cepheus. She was very pretty and would often brag that she and her daughter were more beautiful than the sea nymphs, the Nereids. They complained to Poseidon, who sent a monster to Cepheus' land. In order to save their country, the king and queen sacrificed their daughter Andromeda. Just before the monster named Cetus ate the princess, Perseus saved her. All 5 of these figures are represented in the sky as constellations. Cassiopeia herself has a very distinct shape. She looks like a W or an M in the sky, depending on where she is. Some legends say that Cassiopeia was chained into the sky and sometimes hangs upside down to remind others not to be so boastful. Cassiopeia is a northern circumpolar constellation, which means it can be viewed all year long. In other cultures, such as the Arabic culture, the stars are believed to depict a camel in some way. The location of Cassiopeia and its bright stars makes it one of the easiest constellations to find in the sky. Cassiopeia is almost directly opposite the Big Dipper across the North Celestial Pole, visible throughout the year to most observers in the north. When looking for Cassiopeia, face the North Star or Polaris, and you will find Cassiopeia a little higher and slightly to the right. Cassiopeia consists of 5 stars of a third magnitude, which form the slightly tilted W in the sky. Cassiopeia stars are so visible that in May of 2011, an Israeli air traffic control mistook the visible stars as enemy aircraft. The 5 brightest stars of the constellation, which are the stars that shape out the W, are all of the third magnitude or brighter. The brightest of these 5 stars is Shidar or Alpha. This star has a magnitude of 2.24, a distance of 229 light years, and a luminosity class of 2. The luminosity of this star determines that it is a giant star. The second brightest star in the constellation is Gamma Cassiopeia. This star has a magnitude of 2.15, a distance of 614 light years, and a luminosity class of 4. This luminosity class places this star in the subgiant region. The third brightest star is Cap, or also known as Beta. This star's magnitude is 2.28, its distance is 54 light years away, and has a luminosity class between 3 and 4. This star is in a stage between a giant and a subgiant star. The fourth brightest star is named Brookbach or Delta. Its magnitude is 2.66, it lies 99 light years away, and is in a 3 to 4 luminosity class as well, which means, once again, it's between a giant and subgiant star. The fifth and final star is named Cygene or Epsilon. Cygene has a magnitude of 3.35, a distance of 442 light years, and is a luminosity class 3 star. This star is in the giant star category. Many other unique objects lie within the constellation of Cassiopeia. These objects include a planetary nebula, a supernova remnant, 3 notable open clusters, and a galaxy. The planetary nebula that is in the constellation is object NGC 763 and is named the Bubble Nebula. It is the smallest of 3 bubbles surrounding a massive star in the constellation Cassiopeia, and part of the gigantic bubble network S162, created with the help of other massive stars. As fast-moving gas spreads out from the star, it pushes surrounding sparse gas into a shell. The energetic starlight then ionizes the shell, causing it to glow, which creates the nebula. The nebula is about 6 light years across and is even visible with a small telescope. Another object in the constellation is a supernova remnant that is located in the constellation and is named Cassiopeia A. It lies about 10,000 light years away. It is associated with the second youngest known supernova remnant in the Milky Way galaxy. This remnant is a shell-type remnant and is 10 light years wide. Cassiopeia A is also the strongest radio source in the sky other than the Sun. A dwarf galaxy is in the center of the constellation as well and is named Cassiopeia Dwarf. This galaxy orbits our own Milky Way galaxy and was discovered in 1977. The dwarf galaxy appears to have formed several billion years ago, before the other satellite galaxies of the Milky Way, and its oldest stars date back to no more than about 7 billion years ago. There are also 3 prominent open star clusters that lie within the constellation as well. They are objects M52, M103, and NGC 457. M52 is a young open cluster in the constellation Cassiopeia that can easily be seen with binoculars. Its age has been estimated as about 35 million years, has a size of 19 light years wide, a distance of 5,000 light years away, and was discovered by Charles Messier in 1774. M103 is a young, bright, remote open cluster in the constellation. It was discovered by Pierre Méchain in 1781. M103 has an estimated age of 20 million years, a size of 14 light years wide, a distance of 8,000 light years away. Most of its stars are hot and blue. However, close to the center of the cluster is a bright star that has evolved to the red giant stage. In binoculars, M103 is easy to find and appears as a nebulous fan-shaped patch. The last open cluster in the constellation is NGC 457. It was discovered by William Herschel in 1787 and lies over 7,900 light years away from the Sun. It has an estimated age of 21 million years. This cluster is also known as the Owl Cluster and is one of the brightest open clusters in the sky, which makes it an attractive object for small telescopes. Cassiopeia has made an impact among our society in a very diverse way. The constellation and mythological queen have been referred to numerous times in many songs, movies, TV shows, and many more. It has been referenced in a song called Bonfire by Third Eye Blind, and also in a song by Cuban artist Silvio Rodriguez called The Song Cassiopeia. The constellation was a part of the movie Serendipity as well, where a character's face has freckles that resemble the shape of Cassiopeia.
There you go.
What? Oh, are you looking at my freckles? It's the curse of the English, I'm afraid. Bare skin and bad teeth.
Yeah, you have great teeth. Those aren't just freckles. If you look closely, you can see Cassiopeia.
What?
Right there. Hold on a minute. Okay. All right. Here's the story. A long time ago, in Ethiopia, there was this queen named Cassiopeia who thought she was the most beautiful woman in the entire world, and there wasn't anybody in the kingdom who wasn't offended by this woman's relentless vanity. And then one day she really screwed up and offended the gods. I don't remember what she did, and I don't remember who she offended, but it was bad. She crossed the line. But anyway, Poseidon, the sea god, punished Cassiopeia by placing her in the heavens upside down in her throne, stuck for eternity with her skirt around her shoulders and all the blood rushing to her head. And now she's just a constellation in the sky. A bunch of English freckles in the shape of a throne. So she made one tragic mistake.
And paid for eternity.
Correct.
Another film that refers to Cassiopeia is the movie Spartan. In this movie, actor Val Kilmer uses the constellation to find Polaris, the North Star. Another cultural reference is that even the United States named a Navy cargo ship after this beautiful constellation, the USS Cassiopeia.